After talk on road safety, we'll talk about coach safety. And we are speaking about Kumasi Asante Kotoko. It's an interesting club. It's the sort of club where you can be on top of the league, the Ghana Premier League, as they are now, but still have fans complaining. It's what makes clubs like Kotoko and Heart of Oak and other huge clubs in the world, Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, Asante Kotoko, you know, Al Ali in Egypt and so on. It's what makes them great clubs. Asante Kotoko are first on the Ghana Premier League table with 18 points. Aduana are second with 17 with a game in hand. However, Kotoko fans are cranking up the pressure on their Croat coach, Zdravko Logarusic. In a word, they want him gone. In studio with me is the Greater Accra Circle's chairman of the fans body of Kotoko, and he will give us an idea of why the club is top of the table, but they still want the coach gone. Thank you very much, Nana Kwame. Dankwa, yes, it's a pleasure having you. So,
yes, please. Yeah.
You are the head of the fans in Accra.
Yeah.
We hear that you want your coach gone. Is this true?
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity this afternoon. I think that, yeah, what you heard is true. I mean, yesterday after the game, the supporters were not happy.
Which is the game Kotoko played against Inter Allies
at the Babayara Sports Stadium yesterday. And immediately after the game, the supporters were not happy, and they agitated that management should sack Zdravko Logarusic. And I think that judging from the fact that the way the team is playing, the supporters are not happy. Even though we are winning, looking at the league log, Kotoko is on top, as you just said, with 18 points. But then, matches played so far, if you happen to watch some of the matches, I mean, you understand where the supporters are coming from. We think that the coach needs to be talked to. Otherwise, he should be, I mean, show the exit for him to go. I mean, the way the supporters are talking, so I think that management should listen one way or the other to them.
Right. I was going to ask, what precisely do you want management to listen to, specifically?
Well, the point is that he's our coach. For me, on paper, I mean, the statistics out there now, judging from
the numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie. I mean, we are having 18 points now out of the 9 matches. And what I have here, I mean, 2015, 2016, after 9 matches, we had 11 points during David Duncan and Michael Osei's era. 2014, 2015, we had 10 points during Didi Dramani and Michael Osei. 2012, 2013, we had 15 points during Didi Dramani's time. And 2011, 2012, after 9 matches, we had 18 points during Maxwell Kwedu's time. But one will ask, were we having similar players like we used to have during those days? But the point is that, as we speak now, the stars in this country at the moment, we have them in Kotoko. Kotoko's bench is another team's side. So we think that something else to be done about the team. And the supporters are not happy. For me, I've been watching only the yesterday's game that I wasn't around. I've watched all the matches, and the Boga one, I couldn't go. But all the matches, even though we won, but I wasn't happy.
Right. Let's look at the situation, give ourselves some perspective.
Yeah.
This is a coach who came to the team with 4 weeks to
the start of
the season.
Yeah.
He didn't buy the players he has. You agree that?
I agree.
Good. If he didn't buy the players, he started the season. After 9 games, he's on top.
You see, the issue of the coach came 4 weeks to the start of it's a fact. But you agree with me that what we have, I mean, somebody will tell you if you know how to coach, you also know how to watch. I mean, the players you have, you agree with me, you are a sports journalist. Can you tell me the players Kotoko have at the moment? Are they not the best players in the system?
The fact that I have Cristiano Ronaldo and Leo Messi in my team does not mean I'll win the league.
No, but the point, I understand. I mean, the system the coach is applying now,
the 3-5-2,
is what the supporters are complaining about. I mean, in a game, you see Kotoko having about 7 or 8 defenders in a game. Anytime we take a lead, I mean, the pressure that is on us all the time is something that supporters cannot bear. And honestly speaking, the matches we've played so far, I mean, we've not entertained the supporters. One will tell you, once the team is on top, what else do you need? We are on top, but we are not comfortable. If care is not taken, we will laugh at the wrong side of our mouths.
So, care is not taken, but at the moment, care is being taken, and the man is winning the games. So, for the supporters to say they want him to go, as the head of the supporters, at least in Accra, do you have any idea of who they want? Have they mentioned any names?
Well, as we speak now, I don't have anybody in mind, but I think that
the supporters, maybe not you.
Well, they are mentioning so many coaches' names in the country. We hear Ibrahim Tanko, Maxwell. In fact, they are calling for Maxwell to return, and others are also calling for Michael Osei to come back. And I think that management have to take a decision. I believe that after every game, they need to meet and review the games. I was in management during Dr. Keke Sapo's time. After every game, the management will meet, review the game, and we all share ideas, mistakes, we correct it and move on. I think that management needs to start doing that. With that, they can correct our previous mistakes. Then we move on. What the supporters are calling for at this point in time, we need to, exercise patience for management. The pressure for me is too much for management. Let's give them some space. Management.
Have you communicated this to the fans? That they need to have patience?
No, we've done that. As we are talking, they are watching. I know Kotoko supporters, they are very passionate about the team. They know everywhere the leaders are, they listen to us. Sure. As for me, I'm going to a regional meeting and we're going to discuss this issue thoroughly. And I think that we need to give management some space for them to take a decision on this.
Here's another point. Have you considered, for example, in the game against Inter Allies yesterday, sometimes the players, the coaches take the ultimate responsibility. But when there are players in the penalty box, and instead of shooting, they are playing overhead kicks. I'm talking about Yakubu Mohammed. Some of the chances you have got in some of your past 5 games and missed, surely those are player problems, decision making. No,
it's normal. Football, you can't get all your passes or, your connections, hit the target you want to hit. But the point is that the coach made a statement. For me, it wasn't a good statement that should have come from the coach. Immediately after the Hearts game, he went to Croatia. When he returned, the interview he granted, for me, as a leader of the supporters, I wasn't impressed at all. For you to tell your players that you don't have the quality, you only have 2 players which are quality in your team, and that you are going to bring...
Which brings me back to the point that you think, or maybe even as a journalist, I would agree with you that Kotoko now has some of the best players in the country. Exactly. He, the coach, feels that they may be the best players, but every coach has the kind of material they want.
The stance that he took may be good, but then the timing of the interview for me
the communication
was wrong, because the same material that you were going to use, you chastise them. You bring the spirit of the players down. How do you expect them to perform for you?
My producer is just whispering in my ear that Mourinho does that all the time. They call it tough love.
But the point is that you look at the psyche of your players. You don't just say anything to players.
So you are saying that Kotoko's players are not mentally tough enough to take some chastisement?
I haven't said that, but the point I'm trying to make is that as a coach, you need to, how to communicate to your players. The timing should be very, make it, don't
Since he granted that interview, how many matches have Kotoko
just
lost?
a match. Yesterday's one.
Yes.
No, and we didn't lose that game.
That's the point.
We do. But that match we should have won the game. Against Inter Allies at Baba Yara Sports Stadium, my brother, a draw game wasn't the best for Kotoko.
So, if we put the coach here right now, what would you tell Zdravko? That he should watch the way he speaks? Because of the way things are going, it looks like situations are becoming untenable. The man has stopped attending post-match press conferences.
That started, I think,
3 games ago.
Yeah, after 3 games, we started.
That can be the best.
No, but the point is that if I get Zdravko Logarusic now, what I will tell him is very simple. As a coach, you need to vary your tactics. It appears our opponents knows the system that Kotoko plays this time around, so they adopt strategy to neutralize whatever we have. So I think that you cannot tell me you only have 3-5-2 system. You should vary it 4-3-3, 4-4-2. There are many. In the course of a game, you read your opponent and apply a strategy that you can tame your opponent.
Right. Another issue, we don't have a lot of time, is that some analysts have said Kotoko does have injury problems. Do you agree, yes or no?
No.
No?
Yes.
Right. So, your situation and your point as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you to Gary.
Asante Kotoko, looking at these fans, looking for the head of the club, Coach Zdravko Logarusic. You can be sure that it's not the bulk of them, but those who make the decisions, especially at club level, people in positions like Nana Kwame and others of the greater Accra circles and other circles around the country are speaking. Thank you very much for your time. I'll be back at 6 p.m. for the football show. We have more reviews. I'm Gary Al Smith. Later.